Hey folks, hope you've all been well. Now you might remember back in July I did a video that was basically explaining where I had been in terms of not getting video content uploaded to my YouTube channel in the past 4 months, since March, and also what some of my future plans for the channel were, and some personal issues that had also come up that were kind of affecting video production. Well, you can consider this an update to that update. And the first thing I have to touch on, because obviously it's the most serious issue, is my dad's health. Because as I said in the July video, he had to go in for a very serious heart operation, a double bypass. Well, about 3 weeks after the video went up, he went into the hospital, he had his operation, he came out of the hospital again after 5 days. I was updating people regularly on social media, but not everybody that watches these videos probably sees that part of my profile on social media. So yeah, he's fine. Upshot of it all, he came out 5 days after the operation, and he's just been going from strength to strength. I am very impressed with how he's taken it and how he has been since the operation. But more importantly, his doctors have been very impressed with him and how he has handled the operation and how he's improved since then. And he went to see a surgeon this past week, and I'm very pleased to say that the surgeon has discharged him completely. Which means that he doesn't have to keep going back to the hospital, he doesn't have to keep having regular checkups with the doctors. He is free now to just carry on with the recovery in his own time. Now this is of course fantastic news. I am hugely relieved. But it also means that it's going to free me up now to have some more free time, because he can now take care of things himself. He doesn't need me to help him quite so much. So that's exactly what's going to happen. And the first video since Barbarian went up this past Wednesday, Captain America and the Avengers. Now, I'll let you in a little secret. Recording an LP was not very smooth at all. That video was supposed to go up 3 weeks before it actually did. And you might think, well, 3 weeks is a long time, why the discrepancy? Well, I'll tell you why. I ran into so many problems trying to get this video done. So many problems. You don't even know, but you're going to know because I'm about to explain it to you. So I recorded the raw footage, and I was pretty happy with my performance. Went to record the audio over it, played it back in a video player software in VLC Media. I think it was VLC Media Player. Come to VLC Media Player if you want an ass kicking. No, yeah, VLC Media Player. I was recording the commentary in Audacity and noticed that the video was freezing for about 35 seconds on a particular frame, and I thought, well, I can't upload this, it just wouldn't be fair. Tried to record it again, same thing happened, but worse. Realised that my OBS settings were set up badly, and that's what was causing the freezing, and also the fact it was at a very high frames per second. It was at 60 frames a second. It wasn't configured properly for that high level of frames, so it couldn't take it. The video was stuttering and skipping, and there was also a few audio skips as well. So I got the full version recorded after a couple of attempts, then went to do the audio in Audacity again, and this time discovered that my microphone was echoing when I was speaking through it. Not all the time, but sometimes I would be talking and my voice would be echoing. I thought, well, again, I can't put that out on the internet, because my philosophy is quality over quantity. And if I'm not happy with a video, I'll either go back and change it, go back and do it again, or scrap it all together. That's just the way I am. It's kind of an OCD, I guess, but which is strange because I'm not really OCD in day-to-day life, but it is a kind of OCD, I guess, so it has to be as perfect as I can possibly make it. I suppose more than OCD, I'm a perfectionist. I suppose that's what it is. And people who know will attest to that. Yes, I am pretty much a perfectionist in most aspects of my life. So, got the audio sorted out, got the video sorted out, then tried to render the thing in Sony Vegas, no problems there. Then upload it to YouTube and hit yet another snag. The first upload took about 8 hours, and then the upload just stopped for no apparent reason at about 68-69%. The following day I uploaded it again. It took 9 hours. This time, thankfully, it did eventually upload properly. I have no idea why YouTube has been so slow. It did this for Barbarian too. It took about 5 or 6 hours, but that was okay because I just uploaded the video and just had it on the background while I was doing other things. And again, here when I was uploading Captain America, that's not the issue. The issue is why it took so long in the first place. I think it might be to do with setting the bitrate too high in Sony Vegas when I was rendering. And maybe YouTube has a problem with MP4 files of a very high bitrate? I don't know. I probably won't end up changing it at all, by the way. I'll probably just end up sticking with it because the videos are coming out great. I'm very happy with the quality in OBS and Sony Vegas being used together. Very happy with that. It's just the upload times, but if all that means that I've just got to go away for a few hours or do something else on the computer, so be it. It's not that big of a problem. But anyway, yeah, I just gave you an insight kind of into the behind-the-scenes life of a Let's Play. And speaking of Let's Play, I am actually going to be uploading a new full Let's Play, hopefully starting early next week. I'm guessing that news probably surprised quite a few people, including me. No, just kidding. Yeah, full Let's Play, it'll be live commentary, and I'm going to call this one semi-blind, because it's the first time that I personally will have played through this particular game. But it was not, I can't really call it blind, because I know too much about the game, and I've seen other people play through parts of the game, so I cannot call it blind, but it is a first time playthrough. You will be getting my first impressions of me playing the game. And I hope I will be able to do this game justice, and I hope that I will be able to entertain and inform you guys in equal measure. Well, I suppose it's a first time playthrough, I won't be doing that much informing. I'll be informing myself as I play through the game, I guess, but I won't be like regaling you with facts like I need to do for my post-commentary stuff, all the stuff that I've played and then rehearsed and researched. It won't be like that. It's going to be something a bit different. Kind of going back to the old days like Yoshi's Island, except I am determined this will not be a train wreck like Yoshi's Island was. That wasn't a blind LP, but that was the first time I played the game in years, and I did terribly at it. I will be editing out any deaths or huge failures or anything that goes wrong. I will be using editing to make these things as streamlined as possible and as entertaining as possible. Because maybe back in 2007, just having long videos, 10-minute videos of people mostly failing through a couple of levels was acceptable. But Let's Play has evolved. That is no longer acceptable in any stretch of the imagination. And I am planning to record these little and often whenever I have some spare time. Mostly in the early evenings when I'll have the spare time, and then upload them 2, 3, or maybe even 4 times per week. Because, not to spoil anything, but this will be quite a long LP. My previous LPs have never gone beyond like 10 episodes in the past couple of years. This one is going comfortably into double figures, but that's all I'll say about that. Any more, and I'll just give them what the game is. And another reason why I'm going to be recording them whenever I can and little and often is because I kind of had to, because starting not next week, but the week after, there's a certain little thing coming up that's going to require my full attention in terms of making videos on the subject. I think many of you can see where I'm going here, but I'm going to remain vague for just a bit longer while I continue to talk about the Let's Play, because that's not the only Let's Play that is coming. I have had a bit of a purge on my channel. And you won't have noticed this, even if you're like really clued into my channel, because most of the videos you will not have seen. They were just private and unlisted content, mostly test recordings of Let's Plays that never actually came into being, for the most part. And, you know, testing out recording softwares and resolutions and boring but very vital stuff like that. But one video that did go down, that was public, was the first part of James Bond 007. I think you see where this is going. I am ready to start that series again. And I'm sure Principal Express will be delighted at that, and several other people as well. I plan to tie that into the release of the next James Bond film, Spectre. It's post-commentary, so I will be able to get most of the raw footage recorded way ahead of time, and then I can just, you know, commentate over it when it's required, and then edit and render and upload. Again, this is a game I want to do justice, because it never sat with me right that I abandoned the LP. I mean, I kind of had to, because it was kind of out of my hands. I just didn't have the necessary equipment to do it or the necessary time. But I've always tried to complete any Let's Play that I start. So I'm going back to this one, and my God, I'm going to do it justice, I hope, anyway. And speaking of Spectre, not a Let's Play, but it's kind of related, I'm also going to do a solo review of that film after I've gone and seen it in the cinemas, because I am so excited for that film. Oh my God, it looks so good in the trailers. I did it for Skyfall. I went to see Skyfall, and then I reviewed that. and put it up the following day, I think. So, something similar planned for that. Again, not a Let's Play, but I do have something planned for Halloween of this year. Unlike last year, it's a game that's actually pretty good. Again, I'm not going to reveal what the game is, because I never do, by the way. You should know this by now, watching my things. If I say, right, there's a new video project coming, I never say what the game is that the project is of. Because I like to surprise my audience. I like to keep a bit of element of suspense going. I know some people that say, right, here's the plan for the next 2-3 months. You know, game number 1 is this, and we'll be running from here to here. Game number 2 from here to here. That tends to be more professional LPer. Not to name names, because I think I did plenty of that in the previous 2 updates. But that's the more professional style, and as I've already stated, I am very much an amateur in terms of not getting paid for this. This is not a way of living for me, it's not a way of life, it's a hobby. It's not a job, it's a hobby. That doesn't mean I can't make my videos good, and I strive to do that. I strive for as close to perfection. You're never going to achieve full perfection, but as close to perfection as I personally can manage, and I'm very proud of that fact. And 2 last bits of thing on the LP front, or the game video front, because they're not all Let's Plays, as I've already said. I'm still a bit pressed for time to do streams at the moment, if I'm being honest. I still have the ambition to do streams because they look like a lot of fun. And I do have the ability now with OBS, and I have got it configured properly to stream on Twitch or Hitbox. But again, it's just a question of time that at the moment I don't have. If I do manage to find the time one, bear in mind it's probably going to be at short notice, because I'll probably find out and go, right, I'm streaming right now, and maybe put up a quick announcement on social media, and there's a quick, like, I'm streaming right now, get in here guys, whatever, video. So just bear that in mind. The other thing is that the LP that's coming, the Let's Play that's coming, hopefully at the start of next week, and now I've said that, probably won't be here for another 3, but the Let's Play that's coming at the start of this week, is not what was the original plan was. The original plan was to record a small co-op project with a friend of mine, who you'll know, by the way, but a friend of mine, post-commentate over it, and then release it in 3 parts. And that project has to be delayed because, unfortunately, my guest will be quite busy in the coming few weeks. He won't have the time to sit down and commentate over the video, over the raw footage. But that game is still very much on the cards for the channel, and you can probably expect it before the end of the year. I don't know when exactly, because again I don't know when we'll be able to sit down and organise a time for us to sit down and talk over it. But that game is still coming. I'm still looking forward to it. I still plan to upload it, so yeah, that's not been scrapped, it's just been delayed. Mind you, James Bond 007 was delayed for the best part of 2 years, but no, it hasn't been scrapped, you guys. It is just on a temporary hiatus. Well, it can't even be a hiatus really, because it hasn't actually started, but it's coming soon, let's just put it that way. And then on to the Doctor Who news. The series is starting again next week, 7 days from now, if this video has gone up on the Saturday. If not, a couple of days sooner than 7 days from now. The BBC actually put up a prologue to the first episode, The Magician's Apprentice. It didn't really show much, it wasn't that particularly spoilery, but it was neat, it was nice of them. It was a surprise as well, because I knew there was a prequel plan for people who went to see it in the cinema, and Kachiri is going to see it in the cinema, by the way, and I'm in here and jealous of him for that. We'll probably talk about the prologue and the prequel together on top of the first episode when the first review comes out. And on that note, that is planned to be recorded. I'm going to record the reviews either on the Sunday after the episode goes out, the Monday, or the Tuesday. Now you know, by the way, why I'm trying to get as many episodes of this LP recorded while I still can, because if I'm going to take a day to record a review with people, I'm gonna that's obviously gonna take time from doing gaming related videos. But yeah, Sunday, Monday or Tuesday, and then that gives me a day to edit, render and upload the episode. Because obviously you don't want the reviews to go up too late after the episode has gone out, otherwise you kind of miss the boat. And you kind of miss the window for people to be talking about it. We have discussed, the 4 of us have discussed, that's me, Freezing Inferno, Cat and Kachiri. We have discussed changing the layout of the reviews a little bit to make them a bit more focused and prevent us talking over each other, and also really to prevent a situation happening like the series 12. Wow, it's 2019 already, guys. Isn't that amazing? No, the series 8 episode 12 review Death in Heaven. I find it amazing I can just rattle off the episode title like that. It's like Series 8, Episode 12, Death in Heaven, bang. Yeah, but that review kind of became a bit of a train wreck because we were talking to each other so much, and also the subject matter was just basically how bad Stephen Moffat was as a writer that Freezing and Phil just tuned out. And I'm determined that that won't happen again. So without going too much into details, we have got plans to make things a bit more focused, prevent people from talking over each other, and yet still allow everyone to get their points in. Nothing's been set in stone yet. I've had discussions with the 4 of them, but it's a work in progress. All 4 of us should at least be present for the first review for The Magician's Apprentice, which would be 20th to 22nd of September, because the episode goes up on the 19th. Yeah, that's right. And we hopefully will have all 4 of us there for the 2-part finale as well. And then, I don't know, there's going to just be me and 2 guests who rotate out, or me and 1 guest. Probably not me and 1 guest, because I like it when there's more than 1 voice to play off, personally. But we'll see. As I say, things have not been finalised yet, but we're changing up the layout to make things a bit more streamlined. Dare I say it, professional. Although none of us could really be described as professionals. Freezing Inferno is probably going to have to miss episode 2. Even if he's here for the review of the first part for episode 1, he's not sure yet. He's going to let me know at a later date. And that's pretty much all the updates I have for you right now. Anything else I'm either not at liberty to talk about, or I just don't have a time frame in mind for it. It could be in a few weeks' time. It could be in a year. It could never happen. So of course I'm not going to mention them. All that remains is to say thank you very much once again for sticking with me. I will reward your patience soon, guys. Don't worry, but thank you for sticking with me through some very difficult months. These have been some of the most difficult months of my life in some respect, with the various health problems in my family. And you guys have been there for me. Well, some of you have been there for me, let's be honest. No, that sounds like I'm being ungrateful to my viewer base. No. You know who you are, my loyal fan base of 5 people. No. It's a bit more than 5. 50, let's be generous. I'm kidding. No, seriously, the numbers don't matter. The people who have watched me faithfully come thick and thin through hell or high water, seriously, once again, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, you have kept me going, it's no exaggeration to say, in the past few months. And as I say, I'm hoping to reward that patience and that faith in me with what should be some quality content. Because at the end of the day, that's what I'm here to hopefully provide, and that's what that's what you're here, hopefully, to watch. I botched that terribly, but who cares? This is not Botchamania. Thank you, Mafu. I just got your shout out in there. It was completely unplanned, by the way, but there you go. There it is. Shout outs to Botchamania. And on that note, I think I better go before somebody calls me out for hideous name-dropping and product placement. So, until next week then, I've been Rainiac. Thank you very much for listening to me ramble, and I'll see you guys with the next video I make. Until then, bye for now.